What's up, guys? Hope you're having a good day. It's Joey back at it again. Well, guys, been almost been it's been well over a week since I took my first loss, but my last loss was actually last Monday when I lost 902, and I had actually mentioned that I was going to stick to one trade a day simply because I have noticed that whenever I take five, six, seven, $800 losses, it's usually multiple trades built up. It's multiple red trades. So let me show you guys real quick how I stuck to my rule, one trade a day, and how I only lost $244 trying to short Nasdaq futures, and how I got a little bit faked out, but let me show you guys real quick. So let's start with that open range high. As you guys know, I love the open range high was at 17,902. Open range low was at 17,847. Nasdaq, the moment it opened, pull back, bounce off that open range support. Now we did do a little bit of consolidation right here, so I was a little cautious on going short. Um, Now I'm going to show you guys one thing I could have done differently after I show you guys where I got in. So once we sold off a little bit, I actually did not get in here right here simply because by this point at 952, we had been hitting a nice support at around 840. So I wanted the direction to be a little bit more clear. So I decided just to wait for direction to be clear and decided to be patient, disciplined. And once we got that nice pullback and started making some lower lows, hitting a new low of 17,796, we pulled back up, started to recover a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I was like, we're hitting some lower highs, we're hitting some lower lows. There's continuation. So I was expecting it to get rejected at the EMA, and I think it was about this second red. It was like this second candle, this red one right here, where I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go short. I think we're getting rejected, and I actually got filled at around 842, 840, around that range. Now, as you can tell, it did break above the EMA, and it did break above the old support turned resistance. Now, as you can see, guys, we really didn't hold above it, but honestly, the moment we broke above the EMA and broke above the new resistance, I decided just to be safe and to say, hey, you know what? I'd rather lose $244 than lose $344. And that was sort of my trace of thought with it. So, but then as you can tell, we had a hard time actually making a full recovery. Ended up actually breaking back below the EMA. Hit a nice lower high right here at around 855, and actually made a new low on the day at around 780 before Nasdaq started to recover. But yeah, I just really wanted to show you guys I got faked out a little bit. Um, Honestly, looking at this, I'm still trying to really think about like what I could have done differently, because at the end of the day, we were getting as like, let me zoom in real quick so you guys can see this. We break above it right here, but then the moment we break above it, we break back below, and then that's when I was like, okay, cool, we're getting that rejection. This is our actual lower high. I'm going short. And you know what? I told myself I wasn't going to make the stupid mistake I made yesterday, and I didn't average. I didn't average up in the worst way possible. I just took my loss, and I said, "Hey, you know what? That's just the name of the game. It is what it is." I went on like a 7 or 8 day green streak, and I not only that, I went from 49,000 all the way to 50,000, like $365 in that time frame. And that was after losing $902 last Monday. And the fact that I can keep my losses, I really believe that if I can keep my losses this small and still have consistent profits like I've been having for almost the last week and a half, then I really do believe that I'll be able to get my funded account back and beat this combine challenge through Topstep. But yeah, just really wanted to show you guys my loss on the day. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. When we did break back below it, I was a little butthurt. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I was just like, it was just one of those things where it's just like, it did end up going in my favor, but honestly, I really just thought about it more like, okay, you know what? I really don't feel like losing more than $250. And I actually thought I got out when I was down $250, but when I saw that I only lost 244, I was, it is what it is, guys. I just took that loss, just took it on the chin. I'm gonna roll with it, learn from my mistakes. But honest to God, guys, I really don't think I made any real mistakes. I was patient. I was disciplined. I didn't average up when direction didn't go in my favor like I did yesterday. And on top of that, I decided to cut losses when direction wasn't going in my favor. We did have that break above the EMA, and then we did have that break above the new resistance. Old support, turn resistance. We broke above it. And I mean, it's like what? We broke above it at around 10:13. We held at it till 10:20. So almost like, 7, 8 minutes right there, guys, that we did hold above that old support, turn resistance, support. Gets a little tricky. But yeah, I just really wanted to show you guys this trade. I just want this to be a big reminder for especially like the new traders who are trying to get into like this prop firm stuff and trading in general. You know, I made back all my losses and got back into the green in just a week and a half. If I would have held on to this trade and it would have actually like started to do a full recovery, I probably would have lost all this week's profits and some of last week's profits. And honestly, I gotta be real with you guys. Like this is a big thing that like I'm really proud of myself for. Like yeah, it was a red day, but you know what? You can't have the green days without the red days, and you can't have the red days without the green days. You got to accept both and just roll with it. And at the end of the day, that's where risk management comes into play. I'm still up $218 this week, and to top it off, I'm still up $102 in the green. So I'm not really complaining. And to top it off, I acknowledge where I went wrong. And you know what? Direction was going in my favor, guys. I mean, it really was. I mean, don't get me wrong, around this area was a little tricky, but we did end up making new lows. And we did end up breaking it below the EMA, which would have left me in the green a little bit. Would have been nice. But at the end of the day, I had valid reason to get out. Broke above the EMA, break above the new resistance. You know what? I just accepted it. And I'm just I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. Like not this Monday, but last Monday, when I lost $902, I went like 0 for 3, something like that. I think I went like 1 for 3, 1 for 2, something like that. And it's just one of those things where it's like, if I can manage to keep these losses small, then I live to see another day. I mean, really, guys, imagine if I would have lost another $900, even $500. That would have been really like that would not only erased all my profits from this week, but that would have also put me back in the red. So this is where risk management comes into play and knowing when to cut your losses. But I just really wanted to make that clear to you guys. Definitely gonna study my journals tonight, try to look over some charts. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and like this video. As always, if you guys got any questions, comment below. I love interacting with you guys. I hope you all have a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.